All right, so we've done Aries, Taurus, Cancer, then Gemini. We're gonna look into Leo. As far as boundaries to set. At this time. All right, what boundaries does Spirit want Leo to consider setting at this time? Leo. All right, so this is an energy of just very Eight of Swords in general. The whole idea with the Eight of Swords is she's not actually like imprisoned or stuck, but she feels like she is because she's blindfolded. She's blindfolded. And she's really not even like that tightly tied up either. So she could really just like maneuver around those ropes, hold the blindfold off, you know? See this opening right here? So first of all, and I keep saying this, and I think it's because when we need to set a boundary, we need to be aware enough to notice when one needs to be set. So when you start to feel like this, Leo, like you are trapped, I see that you get into this mantra space where you're like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. I have to do this. Particularly pertaining to, is like emotionally unavailable people right now? Yeah. Maybe you feel like you get like stuck in these relationships where, you know, and it could be like friendship, work, whatever. You're not getting I'm hearing what you were promised out of it. It looks like this guy is like throwing crumbs out to this crab, like breadcrumbing, right? So you get all this talk, you get like love bombed, whatever. So then you're invested, right? You're all up in these swords. And then they stop nurturing, you know. Now it's like breadcrumbs. You're not really getting like half the loaf. You're just getting like a little here and there. The boundary is with that sort of emotional space where you convince yourself that, well, I'm committed, I'm in this now. I guess I just need to like be here and do this and just take what I can get. No. You're being reminded that You choose the direction of where you want to go. You choose where you want to be. Especially when it comes to commitment, right? Because commitment is a choice. It's the whole beauty of it. It's like two parties choosing to invest in this space for however long. Like, you have the choice. So really just, again, boundary with yourself. Don't entertain that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm hearing easy way out. Maybe not the comfortable way out, but yeah, like, I think going into something with intentions to commit, realizing you weren't getting what was promised out of it, it is much harder to pick up what you still can that you've put into that space and change your direction entirely. With this King of Wands energy, which is very like motivated, very, looking ahead, looking at the future, optimistic, that's not how you feel when you're in this space for any amount of time at all. So it is a harder route, but set that boundary with yourself. I'm hearing you're not meek. And I'm not saying that you are, this is what I'm getting. Because you may get in a habit of like tricking yourself into thinking you don't have a choice, or like convincing yourself that you don't have a choice when the choice is difficult or exhausting. All right, so that's what I have for Leo. We'll do Virgo. What boundary could Virgo benefit from setting right now? That was weird. Okay. Virgo. Okay. Okay. So Virgo, you are notorious for being practical and like, your plans and like having thought everything out. So we start with this like Queen of Wands with Magician. So a very motivated, excited, it's like she just had this incredible idea. And with the Magician, like the willpower to actually create that plan, right? But you get into this space, Virgo, where as soon as you meet kind of disillusionment around that idea, you kind of just don't see it through. I'm seeing this like dragon just contained in this cup right here, like looking at this like house, like knows where it's trying to go, has a clear vision, maybe even has like a part of that plan laid out, ready to go, knows what that would look like, but it's just like sitting in that cup. Because of some little part of you that's like, with the sun reversed, just kind of like, that, you know, that's delusional, or like that's not realistic, or, you know, just that mean voice in your head, like, and they don't have to say much, is kind of what I'm getting. And you just kind of like give into that. So the boundary you want to set with yourself is when you start to feel, when you notice yourself feeling that disillusionment around an idea that you were initially very passionate about. We're ready to like kind of take by the horns, whatever. Let yourself be delusional. Like, let yourself entertain that idea. Let yourself get like very I'm hearing with this like duck in the water, like get your feet wet. Like, just have fun with the idea. Don't even go into it with like, all right, well, if I try this now and then if I fail, like I should have just listened to that voice in my head, whatever. Like, no. Have fun with the experience. Start taking those first few steps. And like the expression on this like page's face is just kind of like, I don't know, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, it doesn't have to be that deep or that intense or that serious, right? Like, I don't know, I just keep hearing let yourself be delusional. So maybe that's something you tell yourself when you have a really big idea. Let yourself dream, let yourself go there. Write out that plan, just see what it looks like on paper. Try out those first few steps, see how that feels. But basically, shut that voice down and don't let that voice tell you what to do. It's kind of the boundary you want to set with yourself. All right, so we'll go into Libra. Boundary would Libra benefit from setting right now? hearing compromising values for control, for power. I was picking up on a little bit of like a heartbreak energy as I was shuffling. Very stubborn, like cannot move on from that heartbreak, sort of. I'm laughing because I'm a Scorpio and I'm a fixed sign, and I'm all about that, but so I could recognize the feeling. Anyway, if that is you, we're looking at the 9 of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles reversed. So like a passion for getting the upper hand in some kind of situation. Maintaining your power in some kind of situation and compromising on your values around it. And this is referring to some kind of, devil energy. With the Justice card, I kind of got like, that's the nature of the devil. Not to say that you're the devil, but the devil is some kind of mantra space or belief or habit or I'm hearing golden egg, but like I'm getting like the idea behind that is just like, what is it called? Some kind of dream, right? Some kind of vision, like even that, even like a goal, right, can be double energy. It's something that you want or feel that you need so badly that you'd give it the clothes off your back. That you would just succumb to it, you know what I mean? Like, so for you, maybe that's some kind of like power. The idea is, again, this is a boundary with yourself. Okay. Yeah, when you find yourself wanting this control at all costs is what I'm hearing, which is a nasty phrase. By any means necessary, at all costs, very powerful ask. I do not recommend that in any context. Especially if you're like a manifester, but when you notice like you're like, okay, I'm not even here anymore, I'm just like, how do I get my power back? Ground yourself. Remember your values specifically. With this, like, this falcon here is giving me like spirit guide energy. Like, this woman is like holding the falcon's talking to her, and she's just kind of like, but like really focused on, okay, how do I get this back? So ground yourself, remember who you are. Remember your values. And I'm hearing don't say that. Don't say anything by any means necessary. You have no idea what that would entail, right? So put boundaries on not only this devil energy, but specifically how far, what are you willing to lose based on your value system to obtain what it is that you want. I'm gonna say it again, based on your value system. I mean, these cards that are flying out right now are kind of making me think of someone who was manipulated. Like, you put in all this work, you put in all of what you had for this thing you wanted. And it's like, it was like I heard a hoax, but I don't think that's the right word. Like, maybe it was a hoax. I'm gonna flip this. Wardrobe. Some kind of a scam. So you could have maybe you're being guided away from this experience, right? By way of this boundary of remembering your values when you are willing to acquire something at all costs. I don't even like saying it. It's so much. What are you doing, Libra? If this has already happened to you, this is what could have been done differently. This is the boundary that could have been set. If you are presented with something that makes you want to make all kinds of sacrifices that are not in alignment with your values, ground yourself, identify what those values are, and do not let up on them for any kind of goal. And in that, by doing that, you will not be in a position where you are left with nothing. My left ear is like ringing right now. in holding on to your values, you will not be left with nothing. Even if you gave a lot, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like that energy. It was very... whatever you dealt with or whatever is being presented to you, whoever is doing the presenting, is very dark. It's giving like an energy manipulation, bending will kind of energy. I'm hearing nothing is that good.